Welcome to WOD right here on the Boom Broadcasting. That's right. It's not Saturday. It is Thursday night over here on the East Coast. And for all my people on the West Coast, you still got some daytime over there. We want to thank you. That's right. You for tuning to the Boom Broadcasting special edition of WOD Wrecking Ball right here on the Boom Broadcasting. We got a host of panels tonight. We'll be breaking down Royal Rumble, give you our predictions, but no further waiting for it. Let's jump into the intro video and then jump into who we got on the panel. Welcome to WOD Special Edition right here on the Boom Broadcasting Network. I got a host of all my good brothers here with me tonight for predictions. So without further ado, let me introduce the panel. Let me start first right here below me, the host of Quick Hits, the fastest hitting person in town, in the state of NC, none other than Podcast Smitty. Podcast Smitty, welcome to WOD Prediction Show.
Man, I love the video. I love everything, how the setup is. This is looking really good. Looking forward to talking about the Royal Rumble. Let's go.
Also to my right is the guy who likes to mouth off the most. He's the host of the Nightcap. He's the host of the Mouthing Off with Mike podcast. He's a good brother from Philadelphia who likes the Eagles like me. Mouth Off with Mike. Welcome to the show. Go Birds.
Let's go. Go Birds. Shawn, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Thanks for having me on the first ever live edition of Wrestling of Destiny. I mean, what more could you want? I got my number for the Royal Rumble. I got number 32, which means I'm left out on the right bench. So it's great to be here on the show with the Boom Boys talking the Royal Rumble.
And last but not least, we got the president of Boom Broadcasting, Mr. Drop the Mic himself on Wednesday, Mr. Out of Pocket. And we use that term at work so much now when people do something, man, that was out of pocket. No other than our president, Mr. Michael Davis. Michael Davis, welcome to WOD, Mr. Preds.
Hey, appreciate it. That was the first time I got to see that intro video you put together. Dude, kudos right there. That was pretty exciting. I was excited until you started talking about the Eagles, but this is about the Super Bowl. This is about my Super Bowl. This is about the Royal Rumble. And hey, just so you know, Curtis Axel has been in the Royal Rumble match for over 10 years now.
That's a little known fact right here on WOD, everybody. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Shout out to my producer, Mr. EJ Red Fox Studios, who did all the hard work behind the scene for me. All I do is give him the idea, put it together. He does all the hard work for us over here at Red Fox Studios, getting that ready. Guys, it's Royal Rumble season. As you said on Drop the Mic, Mike, it is this pretty much the start before we get to WrestleMania, and what not a better night to have a prediction show, giving everybody who we think will be the Royal Rumble winner and other matches we got. We got some other matches over here on WOD we want to start with. So first of all, before we even jump into the Royal Rumble, I was thinking today, put the fours up for the Four Horsemen.
Four Horsemen, baby.
Carolina country.
Let's go.
Shout out to my man Jason. I was thinking about it this morning. I said the Four Horsemen, I'll probably be double A, man. I'll be the enforcer double A. Mike, you can be Ric Flair, Mouth Off with Mike, Tully Blanchard, and of course, Podcast Smitty will have to be no other than Barry Windham.
There it is, baby. Let's go. I'll take Tully, man. I thought I got hyped for a minute when you said I'm Mike's Flair. I was like, oh,
he's talking about me. He's talking about me. I'm
friends.
I'm profiling. I got the hair. Woo!
You got to make sure you get some good points with the press. You don't want to receive fines like I get fined for the Nightcap. So I hear you.
Yes. Don't want to be the first live stream we have cut off in the air.
Oh, you know it, man. You know it. Hey, give me that US. I'm good with that right there. Give me that US right there. I'm good.
Hey, give me the tag belts. I'm good with that. I can run a tag match. Guys, when we look at this Royal Rumble right here, all of us have been watching for many years. Arguably, do you think this is the biggest Royal Rumble for us with star power? We'll start with Mouthing Off with Mike on that question.
Ooh. It's one of those things where it's like, from on paper, this could be the greatest Royal Rumble ever. I've made that joke about 8 times the last 2 weeks. And it's the truth, right? Pun intended. But also it's in one of those situations where it's like, is it so good on paper that it runs the risk of not living up to these expectations that we've all as fans have put upon it? I'm gonna say it's gonna knock it out of the park. We're gonna get a nice grand slam, right through the uprights, like a nice solid field goal if you were on the Colts. I think it's gonna live up to the hype. I think it's gonna be one of the best ones ever.
Podcast Smith, do you think this is going to probably be one of the biggest Royal Rumbles? It's probably the best one, arguably, in WWE's history. And they had some good ones, from the 2 that Michaels won back-to-back, the 3 that Stone Cold's won. What do you think on that?
It would have to be in the conversation because, like you were talking about, like what Mouth Off Mike was talking about, there's a possibility where it could be overshadowed. You don't, in this Royal Rumble, you don't know who's going to be in the 4. You have a great idea of who could be the final 4, who could be in the final 5, who could be one of those breakout wrestlers, because you're going to have so many intangible aspects in this match. You want to know who's going to be the breakout. You want to know who's going to be in the final 5, the final 4, who's going to have the most eliminations as a singles wrestler. Who is going to be the surprise entrant? You have so much in this one. And honestly, I don't know where the hell to begin. This is one of those ones where you're just like, man, it could be him. It could be him. It could be her. It could be her. You don't really know because there are so many possibilities and there's so many names to play around with. I'm thinking it's going to be in the conversation. It may be one of the best, but it's going to be in the conversation. It'll have to be.
And to the prayers, we've seen a lot of Royal Rumbles in our lifetime. Good ones, and we've seen some stinker ones, reference to It Stinks. But do you think, arguably, this is the best one on paper with all the star power? Roman Reigns, The Rock, John Cena, all these people, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, all these people in it. Would this arguably be one of the greatest ones for star power in WWE's history?
Well, dude, I look at the Royal Rumble in terms of, Triple H's creativity over the last couple of years. And this isn't just, a spot fest anymore. We can create actual storylines, feuds, interwoven stories into the Royal Rumble match itself that I think takes the matches to another level. And every Royal Rumble I've looked at over the last several years, it's been more predictable outcomes. Nobody knows who's going to win these Royal Rumbles for either the men or the women's. But what makes this pay-per-view or premium live event stand out above the rest is the other matches on the card. We have 2 matches that could steal the show. Cody versus Kevin Owens in a unification ladder match for the world title. First of all, Cody versus Kevin any other time would cook. But when you bring about a ladder match with that, it is going to be unreal. Thinking about Cody versus Sammy Guevara back in AEW for the TNT title in that ladder match, that was incredible. But also DIY in another 2 out of 3 falls match for the tag titles versus the Mercy Machine Guns. Dude, this is giving NXT DIY the revival vibes. And I'm going to say this. People are going to think the tag team division is revived after this match this weekend.
And talking about the tag match, most time with Royal Rumble, they open up with the women's Royal Rumble match, but we're going to change the script. We're going to drive in the driver's seat of Paul Levesque, Triple H. We're going to tell them, hey, we're going to scrap it. Mike said the tag match. To me, I think that is the stiller of the night. So let's jump right into the tag match and do a breakdown on that. You got the champs, DIY, Johnny Gargano, working as a heel. I say he do some of his best work as a heel. Tommaso Ciampa, some of his best work as a heel against the Motor City Machine Guns has been on fire since coming to WWE, had that loss, but have been able to get back on track. And Aubrey, this is a match that you think you would have saw 10 years ago in TNA somewhere. Ring of Honor. The way these guys were good indie guys. I'm going to start with Podcast Smitty on this one. Who do you think will win?
This is a really, really good match. No, go with MD on this one. This is going to be one that could possibly steal it. But right now, you cannot take the titles off of DIY. This heel run that they're having right now is revived them very, very well because, of course, they were the faces. And sometimes you get a face run that might go a little bit stale. At one point in time, it looked like they didn't really know what was going on with DIY. You turn them heel, and then the light bulb flips right on, and it's working. These guys are working well as heels. At first, I wasn't too high on DIY as faces, but this heel run is really, really good. Now, you got to give it to the Motor City Machine Guns, who are probably one of the best tag teams in the past, I would dare say the past 20 years. You would have to give it to the Motor City Machine Guns. But DIY right now, good traction with the titles. They'll see each other again. But on this one here, the Royal Rumble, one of the biggest stages, DIY's got to win it.
The prayer is Mike D. As we said, the Motor City Machine Guns, your tag team's favorite tag team versus DIY. What you got on this one right here and why?
Well, I'm kind of shocked that Podcast Me didn't enjoy the D-Generation X DIY that we got. That was a good babyface run. I mean, why not?
Cosplaying as Triple H and Shawn Michaels. That's all they got. That's all they can do. That's it.
My bad. I do want to take a moment to congratulate Triple H for not only going into the Hall of Fame this weekend, but defend his tag team championships against the Mercy Machine Guns at the Royal Rumble. So shout out Triple H, still running it. There's been a lot of people being inducted in the Hall of Fame before and kept their in-ring career alive. So good job, Triple H. But in all seriousness, I do believe this to steal the show. I agree with Podcast Me. You can't take these tag titles off DIY right now, especially with it being a 2 out of 3 falls match. You could have one fall be incredible, the second fall be just as incredible, and then DIY find a very heelish tactic to steal the third fall and be like, hey, we beat, a tag team that's no longer here. We beat them out of the company, and now we beat the best indie signing tag team. I mean, we're the kings of the 2 out of 3 falls match. And that could set up something down the line to where if their titles are threatened by a legitimate tag team, then they could put it up again in a 2 out of 3 falls match. And that's how they would eventually lose them. But I feel like DIY need to retain this weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Mouthing off with Mike. DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns. Feeling like an old school 1991. Not going to tell my age. Rock and Roll Express versus the Midnight Express on a Saturday night on Channel 5 with the floor mount TV sitting at Granny's house watching it. So if we had to go back, now we got DIY Motor City Machine Guns. Who you think takes the win, or who you think how they're going to get it?
Oh man, let's hear it. Let's get into it. So I had my predictions come out here. I'm mouthing off with Mike. Go check them out. We're not talking about that. We're talking about wrestling and Destiny tonight. But I'm gonna stand on business and I'm gonna go with the same prediction. I am predicting that those Motor City Machine Guns are going to recapture these WWE Tag Team Championships because they're the good guys at the end of the day in all of this. And ladies and gentlemen, much like movies or television, most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, the good guys end up winning at the end of the day and end up, writing off the evil in the world. And in this case, being Johnny and Tommaso Ciampa. So I'm going to say at the end of the day, Motor City Machine Guns and new 2-time WWE Tag Team Champions.
Good takes right there. DIY, beer money tag match. That would be fire right there. That would be fire.
That would cook.
Yes.
That would be fire.
I would love that.
We got to find Bobby Roode, man. Figure out what's going on. I know he has some problems where he got injured, man. Get this guy back in the ring. He can still go. Now
moving one of the best shapes ever.
Yes. Yes, get this guy back in the ring right now. There's a lot of people backstage. I'm like, you need to get him back in the ring that you can still get some good work out of over in NXT or on the main roster. So, now, jumping to our next match. Women's Royal Rumble. Let's go ahead and look at it. 30 women going over the ring, going over the top rope. We got a lot we can break down this match. I'm going to start with mouthing off with Mike with my first question. Name one throwback person you think we will see in the Royal Rumble women's match and from the Ruthless Aggression era.
From the Ruthless Aggression era. Well, all right, if you're going to make me stick to a specific era here, then I'm going to shoot from the hip here just because we saw her recently on Raw and NXT a couple weeks ago. I'm going to say Victoria.
Ooh. Mike, name me one from the Attitude Era who you think we're going to see, Mr. Prez.
Ooh, I gotta go for the Attitude Era now. Man, we going a little ways back. Wow. Oh man. See, if you had asked me Ruthless Aggression, I probably could have had one off the top of my head. But technically speaking, Trish Stratus was a part of the Ruthless Aggression era. She was a part of the Attitude Era.
Yes.
She was even part of this new era that we had recently. Her incredible match with Becky Lynch in the steel cage. I expect to see Trish Stratus pop up in Las Vegas and, maybe rekindle something to where, do we get a legitimate Trish Stratus Charlotte Flair feud if Charlotte doesn't go for the title?
A little stratification.
Yes, hey, she go against Charlotte, man. That's a hard match to pick. I can't never bet against my girl Charlotte, man. I'm saying, growing up, loving Ric Flair, living in Flair country, I can never bet against Charlotte. I don't know why. She can fight anybody, and I will still take her. I don't know why. I need help with that. Shannon, Hall of Famer, women, which one shows up?
Ooh.
Hall of Famer. Man. You gave me the hard one, man. You really gave me the hard one. See, there are a few. They're narrowing it down to one or two.
Yeah.
The very first women's champion was actually on Raw.
Yes.
With her, and they showed her. She would have to go in there. She would have to go. I would say that our very first women's, like the longest running women's champion, she would have to go in there. Like, probably last one, probably like the last entrance, you got that 30
right
one. She would have to be the last one, give her a little bit of run just for the sake of time, I would say that.
The crowd would pop for Medusa and come back as Alundra Blaze.
No, not her. No.
No, not Medusa, not Alundra Blaze.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay. I'm about to say, because if she comes out at 30, she's got to come out with the trash can and pull the title out of the trash can.
That would be dope. Yes.
She's got to pull the title out of the trash can.
That would be dope. Come on.
All right, if she comes out at 30, that place might absolutely start booing. They might be furious. They might be furious at 30. Like, drop her in at like a 6, Give her a 6 or a 7, right?
Get it out of the way.
Get her out. Get her done. Get
out of the way.
Like, Nia Jax to toss her out,
I know what this is for. We know why you done this. So, number 7. There you go. All right, cool. And go ahead and let her out. Let one of the newcomers let her out. Be like, hey, here you go. Thanks a lot. Don't hurt yourself on the way out.
Or hit you on the way out. Good luck.
Thank you for the legacy. Thanks for the memories.
Enjoy catering.
Has to hit her over the head with a trash can, though.
Yes. Yes, trash can got your prop.
Yeah.
The trash can queen herself, Io Sky's gonna do it.
Yeah, Io. Yeah.
Logan James in the building.
Logan,
Nightcap, he's a frequent flyer, man. He's an Io Sky guy, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, Logan. Charlotte's winning the Rumble.
Ooh.
That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
I just
guys,
I just got word here from my associate. We're forgetting some Hall of Famers. The
This
Bella
Jackie?
twins.
Oh
Jackie,
yeah.
Yeah.
the Bellas.
Of course, you know Molly Holly's going to show up. She comes to every one of them.
Oh yeah.
What's my girl? I can't call her name now. She was just on the tip of my tongue. Ruthless Aggression.
What about Michelle McCool?
What about me and Mike was talking about this the other night? What about Layla from that's the one who I'm hoping to get.
Yeah. Layla.
Lay Cool enter the Royal Rumble together.
Oh,
That'd
that
be
would be
so
nice.
funny.
That place would go off.
Whoa.
Our boy,
You can't have them
Ryan
as
would
separate
be
entrants.
thriving.
Lay cool.
Bring out the women's championship that they had like cut in half.
That was hilarious. That was funny. I love that. That was funny. Oh man.
I wish they would come back to get them a tag run, man. They never got that true tag run because they didn't have a women's tag division. They need to come back to get that.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be the first ones.
They needed to. They robbed them of that. They robbed them of that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
With all the big signs from TNA, we got Jordan, who just signed over to WWE. So we know she's going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to step in that transfer portal window, guys? I'll start with the prayers on this. Which women from TNA do you expect to see show up at the Rumble?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, congrats to Jordan Grace for getting over there. She's worked her butt off. So I'm super excited to see what she does as a full-time wrestler over in WWE. I would love to see. I mean, Mickie James brought the Knockouts Championship to the Royal Rumble. Jordan Grace brought the Knockouts Championship to the Royal Rumble. Masha Slamovich needs to be the next person to bring the Knockouts Championship to the Royal Rumble. She has a different style than a lot of the WWE superstars, so I think getting her the spotlight could really, really help that partnership.
Mike, who you got coming from TNA?
He took it. The press
Me
took
too.
it. Masha Slamovich was like the main one, and I even forgot about her the other night when I did my predictions talking about TNA names. All right, I won't say Masha since Mike took it. Whatever, Prez. I'll go with. I mean, it depends on who you ask here, but I'm cool with it. I'm gonna go with Ash by Elegance, formerly Dana Brooke.
Podcast Smitty, who's crossed over that TNA transfer portal window to the Royal Rumble?
Once again, this guy stole the one that I want. So I'm at a loss.
Cry about it.
I'm at a loss. I don't know. That's the sad
Settle down.
Well, I'm going to start y'all with the next one then. Will a TNA person make it to the Final Four?
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Jordan Grace.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, if you're saying her, yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it had to be her because, I mean, with her being the biggest sign, you want to go ahead and push her out there, and get her with, because, that's what everybody's thought pattern is. It's like, oh, man, is she going to get there? As soon as she goes in, everybody's going to go nuts. Everybody's going to go crazy. And then they're going to continue the process. That's the weeding out of everything. And she's going to go probably later in the Rumble. So it's going to be like, okay, the weeding out process is going to be beginning probably around maybe 25. Who's going to be going out? Who's going to be leaving? Who's going to be going through? Since you're going to have a barrage and all the craziness going into the ring, you're going to have everybody in there. So you're going to see people falling out. The next thing you know, it's going to be like, oh, Jordan Grace is still there. 15, 14,
right,
13. You're going to start seeing all that, and then you're going to get to the 10. And then after that, she's still there. Whoa. That's everybody going to be like, so it's going to be glued to the TV. So, yeah, she'd have to go in there. She'd have to be in the 5.
Mike, let's go ahead and give the people what they want. Mouth it off with Mike. Who wins the Royal Rumble women's?
Oh, man. All right. Oh, this is tough. I don't know, man. I tossed around this. I've changed my mind about 8 times since I recorded my predictions. I'm going to say the genius of the sky. I like our man Logan James. Io Sky is your 2025 Women's Royal Rumble winner.
Podcast committee. Who wins it all?
I know who yours is, but I think I got to agree with you on this one. It's got to go to Charlotte Flair.
Rick ain't he's thinking just like us.
Yep.
Perez, Mr. Perez, who wins it?
Dude, this is tough because I look at the people who have already been announced, and Nia Jax just lost the title. Liv Morgan just lost the title. Charlotte Flair, you could throw her in there, but I don't want to immediately have her return and then win. Bayley won last year. It's just there's nobody. Also, Bianca Belair, I'm expecting Jade Cargill somewhere.
Right.
So for me, it's a huge shot in the dark until I did see Bayley stare toe to toe with Rhea Ripley. Dude, you could have put my butt in Vegas for that match. Dude, I'll take Bayley as the first ever back-to-back Women's Royal Rumble winner.
If anybody can do it, it can be Bayley. She is truly the workhorse of the women's division. Out of that, that 4 horsemen group, she was the one that has the most longevity out of them.
Yep.
One more question before we move out to Women's Royal Rumble. Quick one right here. Does AJ Lee show up at the Women's Royal Rumble? That's been the question everybody's been asking. Will we see her show up for a guest appearance in the match? Got one no.
No.
Got 2 no's.
I want to say yes, but I don't want to get my hopes up, and then I'm gonna be absolutely depressed when I don't hear "Let's light it up," "Let's light it up," and then we don't get it, and I don't get to see AJ Lee in the chucks and doing a little skip around the ring, and we don't get it, and I'm just upset again, like I was last year when number 30 hit, and I heard "Watch me," and I was like, all right, Liv's back, but I was like, you're not AJ Lee.
Let me do 2 caveats.
Okay.
If there is ever a time in this match, if there's ever a time in this match that Roxanne Perez and Becky Lynch are in the ring, AJ's coming out.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
We would see AJ Lee versus Roxanne Perez. That's standoff. But in addition to that, we could set up a scenario where we get Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and AJ Lee in a mixed tag match down the road. That would be how you would bring AJ, because it has to make sense, right?
Right.
It has to make sense. Becky's supposed to come back this weekend, I hope. And so you need a feud for her. Give her AJ Lee.
Okay. I like that idea. And if AJ Lee does come back, it better be Roxanne and Cora in that ring with her.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could let Cora be in the ring too.
if she's in the Rumble. We don't know what the NXT superstars are going to look like.
Our men's Royal Rumble is next. Our next match, we're going to save the main event to be the last one we talk about. So I'm going to start with the prayers on this one. Men's Royal Rumble. WWE always does good, giving us a good number 1 and 2 workhorses that's going to work the whole Rumble, get that 30-minute, 25-minute run. We've seen Jericho do it. We've seen Gunther do it. We've seen so many people, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, the British Bulldog, all of them start off the Rumble. Who will you think WWE will start with 1 and 2 this year?
So I believe that you need a presentation for whoever is going to start the Royal Rumble. One of those is Penta. You've had his entrance very detailed over the last several weeks. You need Penta to be either number 1 or number 2. I'm going to go ahead and put number 2 in there because number 1, you need his facial reaction as he watches who drew number 2. I'm putting Carmelo Hayes up there. I'm putting Carmelo Hayes 1, Penta 2, and they are both going to last at least the first half of the Royal Rumble and show that they can go and hang with the rest of them.
Mouth off with Mike. Who do you think starts 1 and 2 this year?
What did he just say? Did he just say Penta and Mello to start the?
Just watch.
All right,
Watch
listen,
it happen.
If I will buy you the Penta shirt on WWE Shop if that happens. If you nail it that obscurely, Penta and Mello is like I just booted up 2K24 and Penta and Mello were my starters for the Rumble. That is WWE video game-esque AF. I'm going in a completely different direction here. I'm going to go with, let's rehash it. Why not? Let's do it. Let's get nuts. Number 1, CM Punk. Number 2, the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre in the very match, kicking off the very match that Drew cost Punk his road to WrestleMania last year. Let's start off with a massive 285-pound brick house Scottish hurdle. And let's get even nuts. Number 3, Seth Rollins.
Podcast Smitty. Start with 1 and 2.
You know what? Don't boo me out the park, but give me Roman Reigns and Randy Orton.
Damn, all right. I like that.
You guys going for your main event hitters out the gate. Come on, you got to lead up to it.
They're not gonna win.
I mean, come on, you know damn well Punk and Drew starting that Rumble would be fire. Roman and Cody and Randy starting that would be fire too.
Woo.
Or
I got Roman and Solo. Opening up Roman at number 1. Solo at number. Have Solo come out number 1 and Roman views to hit at number 2 and just watch Solo facial expression. You know what?
It's going to be Penta and Carmelo Hayes, guys.
That would be dope. I mean, I do like it. I mean, for real, it's a good opening because it's only a matter of time before Carmelo Hayes becomes the United States champion.
Yes.
It's only a matter of time, because the kid is good. He can go in the ring, and Penta is one of the hottest signs right now. So you got to strike while the iron's hot with both of those guys. So I get that, I understand that. But if we going for the gusto with this Royal Rumble being probably the greatest Royal Rumble of all time, you're going to go ahead and start it. Go ahead and start it with a story. Go ahead and start it with a story, and you can get a story out of Drew and Punk. You definitely gonna get a story out of Roman and Randy Orton.
Oh, yes. Before I get to the next question, I got a TNA question, guys. You know me. I've been talking about the Rumble on WOD, Nightcap, Drop the Mic on about every show about the Rumble. Who I want to see. If you watched all the shows, you know it. He is now the TNA World Champion.
I knew he was going to
say his name. And I tell you, by God, he will appear. Do you believe in Joe Hendricks? He is booked to be on Chris Jericho's tour this weekend. Is that a false alert to keep us thinking that he's not going to show up? Will we see Joe Hendry at the Royal Rumble?
No.
Mike.
Which one?
That's all, Mike.
Absolutely, we're gonna see Joe Hendry at the Royal Rumble. Absolutely, dude. I don't know. Am I allowed to curse on Wrestling of Destiny, Shawn?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Right. Absolutely. If Joe Hendry decides to go on the Jericho cruise, he's absolutely out of his fucking mind. Come on now. Look at that face. I believe. What are you, crazy, bro? Get your ass on that Jericho cruise. Get your ass in Indianapolis.
Friends, will we see my guy, the guy who should have been the number 1 guy ranked wrestler in 2024, who I've been cheering every week on WOD that he will show up? Does he come to Indianapolis and show up at the Royal Rumble and be the first ever men's TNA champ to be in the Royal Rumble?
Well, first of all, Mike forgot to show the disclaimer, so that's a double fine.
Come on,
hey, it's working towards your steak dinner, right?
Boo this man in the comments. Boo.
Dude, I'm about to make Mike's night a lot worse than that double fine. But how can you not let your hopes get up about AJ Lee, but you're going to let your hopes get up about Joe Hendry? Joe Hendry will not appear in a Royal Rumble until he's a full-fledged WWE superstar. They are holding that off until they can announce that Joe Hendry gets the thumbs up with Triple H and he's officially on the roster. That is how Joe Hendry will be on the main roster.
He's coming at number 20, man. I'm telling you.
Coming.
When
You know
that
what,
20
Mike?
comes, they're gonna hit that music.
The thief of joy. He's trying to be the thief of joy tonight. Clearly, for you and I, Shawn. Clearly,
That's
Mike
it.
is like, no, Joe Hendry's not going to be there. I have it on good rapport from my inside analysis that are outside of Indianapolis at the Lucas Oil Stadium. That is it, Lucas Oil, or is that
Lucas
Houston?
Oil.
Yeah, you're right.
It's Lucas Oil.
I don't know. Dude, I'm just firing off here. Go ahead.
Hardy Boys, did they show up?
Oh,
No.
you got
No.
They don't do the transfer portal with them.
Nah,
You got
save it
that-
for NXT.
you do.
Oh, man, I ain't heard. I thought we were gonna get a job appearance. All right, guys.
I'll
so
mark
one more
out.
question.
I'll mark
One more-
out. I'll be running around the house with my armbands on.
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How far does he go? How far does he go? Does he make it to Final Four?
he's gonna get the most eliminations, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, it's a good call. Good shout,
I
Shannon.
believe he is. I mean, why would you not right now with how hot he is? I mean, with the great match that he had with Braun Strowman, which ended the right way.
Yes.
They did that perfectly the way they ended that. They ended that the right way. He just wanted to go out there and kill that man. They're billing him as being a giant. His promo work is great. He's doing great. Tama Tonga is a great side like a great sidekick to him. I think it's great how he's doing. He just hypes him up real good. It's perfect. And he just lets him do his thing. He lets Jacob talk. Jacob does his talking.
Oh
He's
man.
King Kong and Godzilla. Oh man, come on, man. You can't.
Can
let
we
that
say
go.
Jacob Fatu got the best line since
Yeah.
Austin 316? So I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass from coast to coast, right
Yeah.
here in DC, coast to
That
coast.
was fire.
That was the
I
That was
loved it.
fire.
I loved it. You got to let that man cook. So yeah,
you got. Hey, Rick Avery, Cena be number one. I can see that. I can really see
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
Cena and Solo, wow.
Ooh.
You know, Solo destroyed Cena over there at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Get his
I
rematch.
got throw this one out now with Mike. This is your guy right here. Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom in the
That
Rumble?
guy.
He'll be in there.
Will he get a big elimination in the match? Will he eliminate somebody that you just didn't see coming to just give him more heat?
Oh, I could totally see him eliminating Penta.
Ow.
I could see it. I could see it, dude. Sneak up on the luchador, eliminate him, crowd just so you could get the crowd to start booing Dom again, because I don't think they really are booing him as much as they were. I think all that hate went to the New Day.
What if he eliminated John Cena?
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but
Everybody, they had to
that's
score
new,
about
that's
police
for
day.
noble levels of heat.
Oh, they kill him. They
kill
kill him.
Hey, kill him.
They would. I'm like, come on, man. How more heel can you be? This is this man's farewell tour. You're just gonna eliminate him like that? Oh, you're done. You're done.
Oh,
Close the
he
book.
eliminated Cena. He's a star, man. He's a star. He is a
Oh, it's
star
over.
now.
Made man.
All right, guys. Who's gonna be our final? Who's gonna be our one to win it all? I'm starting with the praise, Michael D. Who's winning the men's Royal Rumble?
So I purposefully recrafted Drop the Mic this week and didn't do my predictions. Okay, I didn't do my predictions. I told you who was going to be the remaining 15 in the Royal Rumble,
Yep.
as opposed to the 15 confirmed participants. I didn't put Joe Hendry. I didn't put the Hardy Boys.
Ah,
All right, it's not going to happen. These rosters are so stacked. I mean, there's only 30 spots, guys.
Woo.
Now,
Five
I hear all the people, right? They say John Cena is going to win the Royal Rumble. Well, no, because his final chance to main event WrestleMania is going to come at the Elimination Chamber when he's in
Yes.
Toronto. People are saying CM Punk. No, it's not going to be CM Punk. CM Punk is going to focus on Seth Rollins because they're going to reignite their feud in this Royal Rumble match. Okay? You can keep going and going and going on the list. Guys, I'm telling you what's going to happen. And it is a spoiler. It's not a prediction. So if you want this spoiler, you need to keep watching. Okay? Somebody needs to finish their story. Somebody needs to complete the trilogy at WrestleMania. Somebody already has the Ula follow back, and Paul Heyman said, you know what he's coming for after next? He's coming for his undisputed WWE Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns has put Solo on the back burner. There is nobody else that Roman Reigns needs to wrestle. Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu, it's a little too early for that. Okay? Roman Reigns needs to go and see about getting Cody. And this extends so many different stories. This gives ammunition to Seth Rollins a full heel turn, saying, why'd you guys team up with Roman Reigns? You got him his Ula follow back, and now he's about to get his championship back and all the power. And so Seth goes full-fledged heel, goes and challenges CM Punk at WrestleMania, and it just starts to fall into place. Cody starts regretting ever helping Roman Reigns because now his title reign is in jeopardy, and Roman, as embarrassed as he was at last year's WrestleMania, it's going to be even sweeter when he competes against Cody Rhodes. Hey, it's tied 1-1 right now at WrestleMania. You need the rubber match, and your tribal chief, the head of the table, is going to be in the main event yet again at WrestleMania.
Mouth it off with Mike. I'm throwing to you. Who wins it?
Prez
We
impassioned.
got one Roman
tonight.
Reigns. One Roman Reigns.
He's taking Roman Reigns. All right, he's taking the tribal chief. I respect it. That's a strong possibility. He's definitely a favorite. I'm gonna go in a completely different direction. I'm going to finally let this man fulfill his long-awaited destiny. And we're talking wrestling of destiny. And there's one man who's got a destiny in wrestling right now, and that is the Second City Saint, the best in the world. Look in my eyes, Mike, when I say this. Your 2025 Men's Royal Rumble winner is going to be CM Punk.
Podcast submitted. Throw it to you. Who wins it?
I never thought in a million years I would say this, but Michael Davis cooked. As much as it pains me to say that, Michael Davis cooked. Cool
Throw
story,
your ones
bro.
up.
Cool story, bro. I like it. Cool story. I like it. Because a Roman Reigns face turn is happened, yes. But a full-fledged babyface run is coming for Roman Reigns with the title. Yes, I do agree with that. And who would have thought that the only way that Roman Reigns can get over with the fans is by being his dadgum self? Who would have thought that?
Not me.
Oh my God. It was that simple, guys. We went through all this character building just to make this man come out and be his dadgum self.
That's what we had to do.
And it worked. Yeah. Also, round off of Mike, I was going with Punk as well, too.
Okay.
I was going with Punk. I was going with Punk. But I really, really think that the winner of the Royal Rumble, now, Roman's going to be in there.
Okay.
Punk's going to be there. He's going to be there. Yes, those two will be there. But the common denominator of those two men is going to win the Royal Rumble. Burn it down!
Oh, wow.
Rollins is going to win the Royal Rumble. And he's going to get a crack at Cody. Cody's heel turn is coming. Cody's heel turn is coming. And I never thought in a million years that's going to happen. But I think Seth Rollins is going to be your winner of the Royal Rumble.
I got to go with Mouth it off with Mike on this one. I got to go with Punk. You know, I agree with the prayers with Roman Reigns, our tribal chief. I think Roman can get that match at Mania. He can win the chamber. I know they won't seem to have a good run, but if this is Cena's last run on Mania, do just like The Undertaker. Go out and put somebody over next star. Put a Jacob Fatu over, somebody like that on Mania. I gotta go with Punk. I think they're looking at Punk. You don't have many years for him to win a Rumble. That's the only thing that has eluded him in his career is winning a Rumble. I think it's clobbering time with Punk. Now, guys, moving on to our main event right here. The Wing Eagle title will go up in there along with the WWE Undisputed title. Kevin Owens having some of the greatest work as a heel. I said it on Mouth Off with Mike show, said on WOD, somewhere in Louisville, Kentucky, Jim Cornette is smiling from ear to ear because Kevin Owens finally took his advice of how to be a heel. Cody, a lot of people saying the babyface run is getting stale, getting tired of it a little bit, but Kevin Owens has re-energized some life back into Cody Rhodes and made this story worthwhile. Shannon, tell me about this feud right here. Who you think is going over?
So, what do you guys want to talk about? Because we can talk about how Kevin Owens has single-handedly become the greatest heel in all of wrestling in the past, 7 months? He's become like the greatest heel in like wrestling right now. You know, I love MJF as a heel, but man, you taking punches at Cody's dad in the grave. Come on, man. I mean, it's so calculated. Everything that Kevin Owens is doing as a heel is so calculated. It is so good. I love it. Kevin Owens can't go back. After this, it's a wrap. He can't be a face. It's over. You're a heel for the rest of your life. Done. You can never be a face ever again. You'll be a likable face. Yes. And then, yes, the Cody Rhodes heel turn is on the way. Looking at you, Mouth Off of Mike.
I see it. I know it's coming. It's coming
It's
down the
on the
pipeline.
way. And
Slow.
you know what? I like the idea, the entertaining of it and everything, but I think that Cody Rhodes' heel turn is going to happen when he wrestles Roman Reigns.
Ooh.
So this is not going to happen with Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is doing the number one rule of being a heel is trying to get everybody to realize that he's not a heel. He's convincing himself that he's not a heel, that he's doing this for the right reason, and that's what he's doing. But give me Cody Rhodes in this match to keep the title moving into Elimination Chamber and into WrestleMania.
I'm throwing to the prayers. Cody and KO. I said it. KO doing some of the best work as a heel. A lot of people say right now, KO cannot win the big one. So close with Roman, couldn't win. So close with Seth, couldn't win. So close with Cody, has not been able to win. Does he finally get the big payday? Grab those brass rings and just pull them down and win both titles and come out as a winner at this match. What you think, Prez?
If I'm not mistaken, this is 3 out of the last 4 years that Kevin Owens has competed for the World Championship at the Royal Rumble. Twice against Roman Reigns, okay, earlier on in his title reign, and then, of course, a couple years ago where, the chair shot heard around the world where Sami Zayn turned his back on his tribal chief. And now this one. And even last year, Kevin was thrown in to, challenge Logan Paul for the United States title in between. So Kevin Owens, to me, is the guy who is the designated hitter of WWE. Kevin Owens really just, if you need somebody thrown in there, and you just put Kevin Owens in there. Kevin Owens, let's not put him in the Royal Rumble. Let's let him have a good, solid match. The title's not going to change hands this weekend at the Royal Rumble. Cody's going into WrestleMania as the WWE champion, but this is going to be a great match. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. This will be the second best unification ladder match that we ever see in WWE. Obviously, second to Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental title. This is going to live up to those expectations.
Mouth Off with Mike. KO can't win the big one. Does the streak continue? Or does he finally cash in and win the big one?
So I had a really crazy thought the other day on my show, and I said, Wouldn't it be something if KO beats Cody for the title and then Cody enters the Rumble later and wins it for the third year in a row? Just not, I know it's not happening. We know it's not happening, but could it? Because like that'd be something else. I would love to see people just start foaming at the mouth on that one. No, Cody Rhodes will successfully retain the WWE Undisputed Championship. He will then, in fact, pick up that beautiful winged eagle. And I guess, according to Rick, I guess there's a second belt coming, or they're going to combine the two belts into a new belt. So maybe a new belt, little modern day winged eagle. Ain't nobody mad at that. I expect these two to go absolutely. I expect them to go nuts. I expect Cody to hit that Cody cutter from the top of the ladder like he did with Sammy Guevara. I expect KO, like Rick 8-Bit said here, KO pile driver onto a ladder would be a potential. I think this match could have a match of the year designation on it. I know it's January 30th, but this could be a match of the year when we're talking 2026 and looking back at this year. This could be one of them. And still, Cody Rhodes. Whoa.
I'm going to go Cody. I'm going Cody on this one, guys. I'm going with the perfect suite. KO's always going to be he's going to be the Dolph Ziggler, nicknamed himself in WWE in all good main events, but just can't win the big one to the end of the last run of his career. I just don't see him taking Cody out. As bad as I want KO to win, driving the elimination chamber to Cody so Cody can go into Mania as the champ, I don't think you want to put that stain on Cody right now. So I'm going with Cody on this one. Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to WOD Special Edition Wrecking Ball right here with our Royal Room predictions on a Thursday night on Boom Broadcasting. Before we get ready to get out of here, we're going to let everybody drop their information down, drop where you can follow them on X, where you can follow them on Instagram right here. And I'm going to start with the guy below me, Podcast Smitty.
Been a minute since I've had my show, been doing a good bit of training for the job, but Quick Hits will be back very, very soon. But in the in between, follow me on X, podcast_Smitty, Instagram, podcast_Smitty. Hopefully this guy will have me on Out of Pocket tomorrow. We're going to find out. But then, see me on X.
Let me throw it to the host of the Nightcap, Mr. Mouthing Off with Mike. Tell everybody how they can find you, Mike, and where they can tune in after the Royal Rumble for the live reaction of what we think happened on the Royal Rumble on the Nightcap.
Oh, yes, sir. Shawn, I want to say thank you for having me here on Wrestling of Destiny. This is the first time on the show. Hopefully not the last time. Hopefully the fines that the Prez sends your way, you can send them my way. Don't worry. I'll take care of my business. Appreciate the love here. Yes, you can find me Saturday night after the Royal Rumble concludes, whatever time that may be. Usually we're like 5 to 10 minutes after the show. You might see some familiar faces from this show on the Royal Rumble Nightcap. So you never know. Maybe you got to tune in to Boom Broadcasting. And you can also follow me at MOWM_podcast. Look me up on YouTube. Mouthing Off with Mike Wrestling Podcast. I dropped my Royal Rumble predictions here this morning as well. Much love to everybody.
And last but not least, the Prez of Boom Broadcasting, our leader, our founder, the Prez, Michael Davis. Tell everybody how they can find you and everything else going on with Boom Broadcasting, sir.
Dude, there's a lot, and it wouldn't be possible without the guys right here on the screen putting in all their work. Just a quick little tidbit right here. The first week we launched, and we launched a little earlier than, we had, planned for, but all 4 of these people on the screen had a show that opening week, and it really was built on these guys' back and just the amount of work and effort and time and energy they put in, not only to do their shows, but to do it in a quick fashion to get everything ready for that opening week. I couldn't have done it without these guys. So kudos to them. Couldn't do it without the people who have watched 400 plus subscribers. We're close to 500. The people watching tonight, ZWC Sports, Jason from 3 from Deep, Desmond, Rick 8-Bit, Logan, Nathan, Drew Code Sports Talk, and everybody who's watched all our shows. Thank you guys so much. And for me, I'm okay not being found. You can find Out of Pocket on Instagram or Facebook at Out of Pocket _boom. Drop the Mic Wrestling is on Instagram at Drop the Mic Wrestling. But go follow Boom Broadcasting, either Facebook, X, or Instagram as well. And we're putting a lot of content out on there. And Shannon, I will have you on Out of Pocket tomorrow. We'll talk about the Duke UNC rivalry, and and I'll get Shawn on there as the two guys who are least knowledgeable. I need to find me a Duke guy who can help me out, beat you guys in a little tag team action. But we'll go.
You must have forgot I'm a Duke guy. I'm on your side.
Let's go. You just turned on Shannon.
How can you live in the Carolinas and not bleed dark blue, baby? Bury me when I die. Bury me Duke blue.
That's why I don't hold the Philadelphia love over you, Shawn. Only Mike.
Hater. 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 Hater.
I was telling you, that's a good week for me. Royal Rumble, Duke of Carolina, and then come back next week. We got the Super Bowl with Philadelphia, man. I'm flying high right now with all my sports.
Go Birds.
We want to appreciate everybody for tuning in to WOD right here, our special edition, the Wrecking Ball edition on a Thursday night on Boom Broadcasting. And we will see you on the Nightcap on Saturday night.
Bye, guys.